What if I told you that the CEO who was kicked out of Uber in disgrace just claimed he's rewriting the laws of physics using an AI chatbot? Meet Travis Kalanick, Silicon Valley's most notorious fallen angel. The guy who built a transportation empire, then watched it crumble under scandals so toxic they literally forced him out of his own company. But now, he's back with something so audacious, so completely insane, that it might just be brilliant. He calls it vibe physics, and using Elon Musk's Grok AI model, he claims he's pushing quantum mechanics to its absolute breaking point. But is Kalanick's vibe physics actually revolutionizing science? Or is this the most elaborate con job Silicon Valley has ever seen? Because when you dig into what's really happening here, the truth is far stranger than anyone imagined. Let's talk about Travis Kalanick, because his story reads like a cautionary tale about unchecked power in Silicon Valley. This was the guy who didn't just create Uber, he weaponized it. Under his leadership, Uber became synonymous with corporate toxicity. We're talking systematic workplace harassment, a culture so poisonous it made headlines for months, and something called Greyball, a secret program designed to literally dodge law enforcement. The scandals were so severe that investors, the same people who had made billions off his vision, essentially staged a coup. In 2017, they forced their golden boy to resign from the company he built from nothing. For years, Kalanick vanished into the shadows. Sure, he launched cloud kitchens, glorified ghost restaurants that nobody really cares about. It was like watching Superman become an accountant. The man who revolutionized how billions of people move around the world was suddenly irrelevant. But here's the thing about disgraced tech billionaires. They don't stay quiet forever. And when they come back swinging for the fences. Enter the All In podcast, Silicon Valley's equivalent of late-night talk shows, where tech's biggest egos go to promote themselves. And there was Kalanick, not apologizing for his past, but dropping a bombshell that nobody saw coming. He's been using AI, specifically Grok, to explore the frontiers of quantum physics. But his vibe physics approach is exactly as crazy as it sounds. Think vibe coding, where programmers throw intuition at AI models instead of following rigid structures, but applied to the fundamental laws of the universe. Kalanick claims he's reached what he calls, quote, the edge of what's known, end quote, in quantum theory, suggesting we might need entirely new physics to explain what's actually possible. And here's the kicker. He's doing this as someone with zero formal physics training. If a disgraced CEO can push the boundaries of science, he argues, imagine what actual PhD researchers could accomplish. Now, before you dismiss this as billionaire fantasy, let's talk about Grok's performance, because the numbers are absolutely staggering. Elon Musk made bold claims when he launched Grok 4, calling it, quote, PhD-level intelligence, end quote, that could make discoveries beyond human knowledge. Most people rolled their eyes. Musk and his wild promises, right? Except then came CM PhysBench, a graduate-level physics test designed to crush AI systems. Over 520 calculation problems covering magnetism, superconductivity, complex systems, and more. The kind of stuff that makes physics PhD students cry. Grok scored 28%. That might sound terrible, but here's the shocking part. It absolutely demolished every other AI model. ChatGPT, Gemini, they got obliterated. Grok didn't just win, it won by margins that left competitors looking like amateur hour. And this isn't multiple choice. These are full step-by-step solutions to problems that would challenge graduate students at MIT. But let's pump the brakes for a second, because 28% accuracy is still 28% accuracy. The gap between Musk's promises and Grok's actual performance is massive. When you're dealing with the fundamental laws of reality, being wrong 72% of the time isn't exactly reassuring. Yet here's where it gets interesting. Every breakthrough AI model started terribly. GPT-1 was laughably bad compared to today's standards. What if Grok's 28% is actually the beginning of something extraordinary? The CM PhysBench test covers 6 critical areas: magnetism, superconductivity, strongly correlated systems, semiconductors, theoretical foundations, and advanced topics that push the boundaries of condensed matter physics. Each problem requires symbolic reasoning, mathematical precision, and deep understanding, exactly the skills that separate real physics from educated guessing. Scientists and critics of Kalanick's approach call it AI slop, the scientific equivalent of junk food. They argue that LLMs like Grok can generate content that sounds brilliant but is fundamentally meaningless. It's like having a conversation with someone who's memorized a physics textbook but doesn't understand a single concept. A major study from researchers at NYU Abu Dhabi and the University of Toronto found that advanced AI models consistently fail at graduate-level physics problems. Their solutions often include wrong units, unjustified claims, and completely fabricated concepts that sound real but don't exist. The fear? That vibe physics misleads the public into thinking scientific breakthroughs come from casual chatbot conversations, rather than rigorous experimentation and peer review. But here's where this story gets really fascinating, and where Kalanick might actually be onto something, even if he's wrong about the details. We're seeing a pattern among tech leaders treating AI as if it can replace traditional scientific methods. From Dario Amodei at Anthropic to Demis Hassabis at Google DeepMind, there's growing belief that AI will accelerate scientific discovery in ways we've never seen. The difference? Those leaders are talking about AI as a tool to enhance human expertise, not replace it. Kalanick's approach feels more like scientific gambling, throwing prompts at a black box and hoping for magic. Yet there's something almost admirable about his audacity. While everyone else plays it safe, Kalanick is willing to look foolish in pursuit of something revolutionary. Of course, Kalanick has absolutely nothing to lose. If vibe physics turns out to be revolutionary, he becomes the visionary who saw the future of science while everyone else was stuck in the past. If it fails, well, Silicon Valley is littered with failed moonshot ideas. No one remembers the misses, only the hits. But the implications go far beyond one man's redemption arc. We're potentially looking at a fundamental shift in how scientific discovery happens. Instead of decades-long research projects, what if breakthroughs could come from sophisticated AI prompting by domain experts? The early results are mixed, but the possibilities are staggering. Travis Kalanick's journey from tech titan to industry pariah to whatever this is reads like a Silicon Valley fever dream. The man who revolutionized transportation is now trying to revolutionize physics itself, using tools that didn't exist when he was building Uber. Is vibe physics the future of scientific discovery? Or is it the latest example of tech billionaires believing their own hype? The honest answer is, we have no idea. But when you combine a disgraced CEO with a comeback mission, a controversial AI that's actually performing better than expected, and claims about rewriting the laws of physics, well, that's exactly the kind of chaos that either changes everything or crashes spectacularly. And honestly, either outcome is going to be absolutely fascinating to watch. What do you think? Is Kalanick onto something revolutionary? Or is this just another Silicon Valley delusion? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the wildest corners of the tech world.